Hey, Ape Nation, how are you? This is Jim Aaron coming to you from the Great Canadian Apes. Awesome. Today, Prague was up 5%, and it was up 15% intraday. Dipped down to 151 and had a high of 172. So it was awesome to see that. We're going to have a further look at our all-star team of world-renowned doctors. We're going to show you how this week's option chain finished up. We're going to be going through the Ortex and Fintel short squeeze data, the dark pool data, and our target price for the week was, as said on Monday, and even Sunday, was $1.50 to $2, and it dipped down to 151. Had a nice bounce up from 151 and was in that range all week long. Make sure to call your broker. Don't send your orders to the dark pool to give them to Citadel. We're going to be taking a look at Progenity's potential partners, and there are many, just like the Bachelorette. And update on potential upcoming patent, which should be coming through on Tuesday. PROG is still looking very good long term, not financial advice. So I'm thinking right about now that people are looking at Progenity. They think it's an awesome company, great trades, patents, potential, great personality, that sort of thing. But they're just not buying into it right now. Right? And so people are going to see the absolute true beauty in Progenity very soon, and I believe the stock will shoot up. A really big thing that Adi mentioned in his corporate plan from Monday morning was that we have the product, the DDS, the OBDS pill, that encapsulates already FDA approved medicine from a variety of biopharmas. But its efficacy, they're the only one with the patent that you can put it within the pill and it goes right to the affected area. And once people start hearing about that and knowing about that, the true beauty of this stock is going to kick in. So, this was from December 2nd. There's even more on the list right now, but below is the 2023 market entry timetable for 6 FDA-approved adalimumab biosimilars. So that's why the tests are going on this year, because that $20 billion a year market that AbbVie currently has control of is going to be opened up to all kinds of biosimilars. So they're testing their product. There's 2 different companies working with Progenity right now in trials to be able to see the efficacy of it. And the results were already awesome. So we've got Amgen coming through in January. So this is the year for testing. Then it's going to be on the market 2023. But billions of dollars a year, which is going to be awesome just for this one pill. Amgen in January. We have Organon in June, Viatris in July, Boehringer Ingelheim in July, Sandoz Novartis in September, and Pfizer's bringing theirs out in November. So what does this look like? It looks like the Bachelorette. We've got, and here we are with all kinds of suitors. Everybody wants in. We got Pfizer, Amgen, AbbVie, Sandoz. So Progenity will have many suitors to choose from because they're the only pill that gets it right to the spot. And who knows? She looks like she's up. Maybe PROG will connect with them all. Who knows, right? Okay, so from Progenity's corporate presentation, we've been working through this day by day, and thanks again to Melting Down for pointing this out. Here we have the logarithmic scale, which doctors generally are looking at logarithm scales, I guess, for this, and then let's say a common person, let's say an investor, we like looking at linear scales. I mean, tell me, this is 2,500, this is 5,000, 7,500, 10,000, 12,500. So it goes up one by one. And so this was the red was the current pill form, not Progenity's, just the regular, and this was for the drug tofacitinib. And So for the GI tract and compared to the PGN 600, and the comparison is we crushed it, just crushed it, going up to like 26,000% better. Look at the little red down here. Look at what the effectiveness that the PGN 600 had. We just crushed it. Yesterday, we started in with taking a look at the amazing scientists and doctors that are with Progenity, that have had lifelong careers in working with GI work. And yesterday we took a look at Dr. Severine Vermeer, and she was the past president of the European Crohn's and Colitis organization, where we're going to be presenting in February. Now, today I'd like to highlight Dr. Geert de Haens, who is going to be presenting both in Belgium, and the next week they're going to be going to be going through again. Thanks to you, Val OU 76 for sharing this DD on Reddit, and I'm just going to go through his DD on the good doctor. So now I'm going to speak to you about the second. Yesterday was the first presentation. Now I'm going to speak to you about the second presentation of the February 18th, 2020 for Progenity. It's the characterization of cytokine and drug concentrations in serum, mucosa, and feces during induction treatment of moderate to severe ulcerative colitis with anti-TNF molecule antibodies. So there's no doubt here that they're going to speak about adalimumab, the most profitable drug in the world. During this presentation, Dr. Geert de Haens will present top-line clinical PK/PD pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamic data. That's right here. And these results will be essential for Progenity. Indeed, very soon, AbbVie will lose exclusivity on Humira. That's why there's always going to be all kinds of suitors there for our good Progenity pill. The process has already started in 2023. It will be the end of the story for the for Humira having the monopoly in essence for that, because we're going to have all kinds of biosimilars. And with the rise of biosimilars, there is a need for differentiation. Indeed, it's already too late for injected adalimumab. The competition's too intense. That's why Progenity, through its unique technology, the drug delivery system that places it would like to deliver adalimumab directly to the site of inflammation. If you don't remember the good results from the preclinical study of adalimumab released in May, you can see below. And so it was, the study found that adalimumab was detected in tissue along the length of the colon after IC administration. There was also significant reduction in TNF, the pro-inflammatory cytokine target of the adalimumab, at each 24 and 48 hours following repeat IC doses when compared with induced colitis control group that did not receive treatment. No treatment-related adverse events were observed, and no measurable adalimumab was detected in the blood. In each case, the animals administered adalimumab by IC catheter. So, if these results on human, which they are as good as the results obtained during the preclinical study on the animals, it means a lot for Progenity. And they came in so strong. That was the boom boom green candle that I showed earlier. Less drug in the bloodstream means less side effect. Less side effect, because it goes right to the spot. It doesn't go into other areas that it shouldn't be. And if the efficacy is higher with the use of Progenity technology, which it was hundreds of percent higher, it means the pharmaceutical company, such as AbbVie, for example, will use a lower quantity of drug for each patient and will save, consequently, a lot of money. I am personally working on for a pharmaceutical company in France. I have the chance to work on monoclonal antibodies on a daily basis in a research lab. I can tell you these medications are promising and extremely expensive. But this is where the progenity can come in, and perhaps even less, since it's so many thousands of percent better than perhaps less the drug may go in to be able to help the patient. Now, Humira, a drug used to treat rheumatoid arthritis and other autoimmune diseases, is the highest grossing drug in the world. In 2020 alone, AbbVie collected $16 billion in US, over 20 billion Canadian net revenue for Humira. Today, AbbVie charges approximately 70, or that would be 13, maybe 14 billion euros. Today, AbbVie charges approximately 77,000 a year for a supply of Humira, 470% more than when the drug was launched in 2003. There will be many companies that will launch biosimilars of Humira in order to take a little part of the market. However, this is us. There's only one biotech company in the world that has a patent for delivering adalimumab directly to the site of inflammation through unique technology, the drug delivery system, progenity. Top line clinical PK/PD data will be presented by Dr. Danes, like Dr. Severine Vermeer. Dr. Geert Danes is a champion in his field, and look at his amazing connections within the pharmaceutical industries. Professor Danes specialized in gastroenterology at the University of Chicago Hospitals, USA, the University Hospitals Leuven in 1990 to 1992. He was board certified in internal medicine in 1992. He defended his doctoral thesis in 96. Currently professor of medicine and gastroenterology at the Academic Medical Center, University of Amsterdam, Netherlands. Professor Danes is a specialist gastroenterologist with a clinical interest in inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, and gastrointestinal oncology. He has a particular expertise in mucosal immunology, gastrointestinal endoscopy, and immunosuppression related to IBD. Dr. Danes was elected to the International Organization for Inflammatory Bowel Disease, IBD, in 2003. He's worked all his life on this and is currently chairman of the organization. In 1999, Dr. Danes was co-founder of the European Crohn's and Colitis Organization. He was the founder of ECCO, and this is where he's going to be presenting in mid-February these breakthrough real patient results. He is a member of other societies, including the Fellowship of the American Gastroenterological Association 2006 and the European Society for Gastroendoscopy Research Committee. Professor Danes is the recipient of several awards, including the Silver Medal for Inflammatory Bowel Disease from the World Congress on Gastroenterology, Vienna, 1998. Over 250 peer-reviewed scientific articles and 37 chapters in medical textbooks. Professor Danes has an impressive publication record and is widely recognized as an expert in the area of digestive diseases. And he is presenting the human data on the great success of Progenity's DDS pill. And so it's going to be, I believe, there that all of a sudden he's going to, other people are going to dive in and they're going to say, yeah, this guy definitely knows what he's talking about. He's one of the leads in the world in this, and he is standing by it. So that's pretty cool. He has disclosed this. The following relevant financial relationships: served as an advisor or consultant for AbbVie, Celgene Corporation, Johnson and Johnson Pharmaceutical Research and Development, Pfizer, Takeda Pharmaceuticals North America, served as speaker or member of speakers for the Bureau for AbbVie, Johnson and Johnson, Takeda, and received grants for clinical research from AbbVie, Pfizer, Takeda Pharmaceuticals. So he's in. He's connected to everybody, right? Let's be realistic. I don't think one of the most respected and skilled scientists in this field will present bad results at the world's largest forum for IDB specialists. I will close by talking about Arena Pharmaceuticals. Several people on StockTwits considered Arena Pharmaceuticals as a big competitor of Progenity. If we focus on gastroenterology, indeed we could see that. However, as you can see, Arena developed new drugs. They're not currently approved by any health authority. It means that if their drugs succeed in phase 3, the process will be very long before they launch on the planet. Again, the DDS is just a capsule. It's a multi-million, billion-dollar capsule, but it's the vessel. It's you put the medicine in, it goes to where it needs to be. The medicine comes from the Pfizers, the AbbVies, Johnson and Johnsons. It comes from anybody, but that pill is what takes it to the affected area. And Pfizer bought Arena for 6.7 billion. That is 20 times more than the market cap for Progenity right now. So 20x. I'm liking that. Okay, so that's our good doctor. Just want to bring that one. And then tomorrow we'll be going through, in an upcoming one, we're going to be reviewing our good Dr. Bram Verstock, who's a consultant of gastroenterologist at the IBD unit at the University of Hospitals Leuven, and he's going to be presenting for Progenity as well. PROG is looking very good long term. Not financial advice. On the Frankfurt market, PROG is up 30%. Previous close of 1.38 euros, closed, it went up to 1.43, closed at 1.42 for $1.62 US. But then after the market closed, which would have been the morning for US, then we went higher, which was awesome. PROG's up 5% for the day. Previous close was $1.61, opened at 157. We went up to a high. It went down to a low, 151. But then it kicked in, which was sweet. Kicked in at about 10 o'clock. So it was great. SPY was even. So it closed at 169 on volume of 11 million. NASDAQ was up 87 points at 0.6%. Russell 2000, the small cap indices, was up 3 points for 0.1%. Today's level of support was at the 151, 162. Level of resistance was at 172. Hit that a couple times up here. Past levels of resistance have been at 180. So as we go up, watch for the 188, the $2, 213, 225. Levels on the downside. Look at the $1.50. If it slides through there, we could be looking at 123. Until a major catalyst occurs, PROG could go lower. Our price target for this week was $1.50 to $2. I do believe with the patent news coming out allegedly on Tuesday, that with today's 15% intraday bounce, we could be seeing, let's say the 175 to 225 next week. Not financial advice. Options that expired January 14th. And the hedges wanted their price target to be under $2. We closed with only 3% in the money calls. 97% of the calls ended up out of the money. For The puts, 19% was out of the money, 81% was in the money. The hedgies had a lot to gain closing the price this week, less than $2, with over a million calls and 150,000 puts. That's in shares at $2. $2 has been their price target for the last 3 weeks, and as you saw, it might, they might want to. They tried to get it even lower. Taking a look at the Ortex data. We've got the short interest change. It says that it went down by 8%. Borrowed shares was 1.23 million. Return shares was 3.1 million. Utilization was 85%. Cost to borrow was at 18%, so it's 15% lower than last week. Days to cover rose slightly to 0.39. Still, it's enough for them to totally manipulate the market, whatever happens, until we get big volume, until we get that catalyst. They'll just play with the price. Shares on loan currently 23.41 million, which is 12 million higher than what's the estimated current short interest. And so somebody, again, is walking around with 12 million shares in their back pocket ready to manipulate the market with, but hasn't shorted them. The percent of free float on loan is under the 20%, let's say, bar, and so nowhere near are we in a short squeeze situation at all. And then for the estimated short interest, that's even below 10% now at 9.48%. So this is not a short term play. Taking a look at the Fintel data, there's the short interest is at 15.4 million shares. Days to cover 1.67. Short interest percent of float 11.47. Dark pool short volume 3.6 million, and it's still up. Dark pool short volume ratio is at 48%, so still quite extremely high. Make sure you're calling your broker to make sure that your buy and sell orders are going to a lit exchange. So today, yeah, we're up 5% and 15% intraday gain. Our team of doctors are world renowned. They're the ones that founded the European Crohn's and Colitis organization, and they're going to be talking about the great human results that happen, that already are in the corporate presentation. And so they're going to be presenting it on a very formal basis and very, very formal stage in Belgium at the start of February and mid-February in Austria. Ortex and Fintel short squeeze data, it's still there. Make sure you, but it's not a short squeeze right now at all. If Catalyst comes in, it goes back to $3-4, then yeah, they're going to have a lot down there. Call your broker, make sure your orders are not going to the dark pool. Progenity's going to be looking really good. Probably later this year. Very good later this year. Might be Q2, might be Q3, might be all the way to next December. I don't know. But they're going to have many potential partners, just like that Bachelorette, because they're the only ones with the pill that can go right to the spot. Patent due to come out on Tuesday, January 18th. So Monday might be a good time to buy, or maybe at least hold, right? Not financial advice, but the good news should be coming out on Tuesday on their next patent, which is unbelievable. And we'll be covering that. PROG is still looking very good long term. Not financial advice. Hope you had an awesome weekend whenever you take a look at this. And take care, guys. Love you. Bye-bye. Please subscribe. Please like. Thank you.